Well, let's have a tyre kick round this Porsche Centre and see if there's something interesting. Well, we've got quite a few to choose from here at this Porsche Centre, and I'm in High Wycombe, outside London, in Berkshire, and looking round. Silver one definitely works for me. In fact, there's a couple of them here. And this one with the RS Spider alloys and the sunroof. I can get this for about 85 grand with 20,000 miles on. And you know what? This is definitely in the frame. It's a little bit conservative. It doesn't pop like some colours, like a bright colour. But I tell you what, I do like it. Now look at this in purple. That is absolutely wicked. And the gold wheels with gold caliper. Now this doesn't have the carbon roof, synonymous to the GT3. But I tell you what, I wouldn't bother either. You want more of this beautiful colour. It looks like a triple layer paint, I would guess. And I'll have a look on the configurator. This is an expensive option. Tan almost looks like a gold, perfectly complementing these gold wheels. Wide haunches here on this GT3. Now being the Touring, it hasn't got the rear fin, the rear spoiler, and Marco wants that. Marco wants a spoiler on the back of his Porsche, if at all possible. If you can do it, I want it. But I do love this car. There's nothing else I'd change about it. I've set myself some rules. One is I need to see the sky on my European car tours. This is 200 grand, it's a lot of money. And the big deal breaker, of course, this is two-wheel drive. And I do want a four-wheel drive car so I can enjoy it in all weathers. Now I'm really torn between classic looks, coming from a classic car background, and sporty looks. This is a little bit of both. It may look better in person than in the photos or even this video. We've got a lot of buttons going on in the center console, meaning some good options on here. And these limited edition things, great for holding the value. 91150, and it ticks my boxes. It's got a sunroof. I do like the Carrera classics. And here with the black in the middle, it's done in the style of the old 80s 911s. Really nice car. Porsche 50 years edition, just under 100 grand, 18,000 mile. And a limited edition, maybe a stealth buy. You ain't gonna lose any money on this. I think potentially in a few years you could even increase in value. And I think in about 5 years you 100% will. Now the downside to it is I've come here to buy something that I'm going to use, slap a load of miles on, go on tours, just enjoy it, let my hair down. And I think I'd be a bit stingy about wanting to put miles on this limited edition. I'd start thinking of it as an asset or an investment. So I'm not going to bother with this today, but I do love it. Now Guards Red, I'm going to say it's my favourite colour, although the purple's coming in a close second. And a Turbo S. I think overall and long term, this will be the car for me, one of these. The dilemma is, do I prefer this or a Huracan Evo? And that is the direct comparison, because there ain't two of these in Marco's life. If I have one of these, it means no Huracan. But look at it. This colour really lifts it. That's some great looking car. Now let's look at the numbers. And I think this is in range if I'm going to get a Turbo S. So we're on a 2024. Alright, you can get them for 130, but you're into 2020s at that. This has only done 7,000 mile. And options, these are the wheels I like. Black with a diamond cut, that'll do. I'm not into all black alloys. I'm going to say among my favourites, because my absolute favourite is the Pasha, which is a 7 grand option. But the cloth and leather, it really floats my boat. Now if I'm not having a convertible or a Targa, of course you can't get a Targa on this Turbo S, I need this big sunroof, and that would be a deal breaker without it. But it has it. It has the right wheels. it has the right colour. And at the age and spec, you buy this and you just enjoy it for 6-7 years. And then you take your medicine, probably I would think 100 gram medicine, but you've enjoyed it. Now you buy these, you enjoy the remainder of the warranty, and then you keep extending the warranty, keep it in the Porsche club. Just pay the money, it's not too bad. Porsche servicing, overall, if something big goes wrong, you'll thank your lucky stars you had it. Stay in the club with these. That is the attraction to this brand, I would say. This is making me think, whatever I buy today, I think I want a red one. The classic vibe again. Wow, these look really great. It's sort of a diamond cut on a metallic grey finish on these Carrera Classic alloys. And there's sort of a white in the diamond cut. I've never seen this before, that looks amazing. Now I'm guessing this is the Turbo Heritage, looking at the decals on it. It's the Turbo 50 years, a lot of money. I mean, it's a pretty new car with a couple of thousand miles. And look at this interior, that is wicked. You're sitting there and it reminds me of being a kid and going in these sort of cars when I was a kid with that kind of interior. And these colours, it looks really nice. It's not what I'd ever think of, but I really appreciate this car. You can't beat the look of these GT3s, apart from with the RS, of course. And this is a great colour. And tan interior, 180 grand. Obviously not four-wheel drive, and I can't see the sky, so it's not in the frame today. But this one is. And this is a 992. And I like a white car. But good as it looks, we've got a black roof. But it's a black roof that doesn't open. And Carrera T, two-wheel drive. And I get it, and all reports are saying these are a great option. Great driver's car. But I don't think I'm gonna break the ice on one of these just today. Another GT3. Now these are the right money for a new car, 24 reg, and if I'm being totally honest, it's more the name that puts me off than anything about the actual car. Yes, I can see the sky, I know they're not four-wheel drive, but if I get one of these I might make an exception, because mid-engine it's going to handle great, the balance is going to be good. If not, better than a two-wheel drive 911, and that's something controversial. But I think people who know will say that's true. Not a big fan of red leather, but this really pops against the black. And this is a good looking car. Really like these wheels. Got a classic vibe going on. And I think these are awesome. And I've never been accused of being in touch with my feminine side particularly. So go for it, call me what you want. But I really like this car. These are a contender, the GTS, but I do think this is two-wheel drive. And is hybrid the sworn enemy of petrol heads? Because from all reviews I've seen, these are a great job. You've got the big sunroof, one thing missing for me, and that's the number 4 on that logo. But that aero kit really ticks my box. Not a colour I'd thought of, but in the flesh, this looks good. Now the last colour I did think of was green, but seeing this one in the flesh, it's really nice, especially with this tan interior. And if you were getting a Land Rover or something, this would be number 1 colour. Bit of a British heritage, maybe even an Aston. But I tell you what, it works well on this 911 two-wheel drive Carrera S. with options. They are quite a lot of money. Knocking on the door of 150 grand for a base 911 with options. Well, it's Halloween here and I'm at the Porsche Centre, and this one, a black beauty, and it's the 4-wheel drive, the GTS T hybrid, and these are really quick, as quick as the previous generation turbo. And I'm not a fan of red interiors, they seem to be on a lot in Porsche, but because they put black on the side, I'm alright with that. Now I might be tempted to diamond cut these alloys just on the face and leave them black in the middle. And it's all black car with a new back end and a convertible. And this is a nice thing, but a lot of money, and it's not an as well as a Huracan this. It's an instead of. And which one do you have? Huracan Evo or this? That's the question. Now I really love the GT Silver. I wouldn't have put a red interior in this. I'd get used to it, but I wouldn't pick it, and I certainly won't pay extra for it. But I do love this colour. This is a Cayman S and a mid-engine car, and perhaps the only car I'm gonna take 2-wheel drive on the chin, because with a mid-engine balance, from what I've been seeing, and I've never had one, I've drove the older shape, and the handling is pretty epic on these and stacks up, because look, 78,500, there's some nice options, 350 horsepower in this little rocket, mid-engined. I mean, I can't see the sky, and that is the biggest problem with these. And they're not my favourite wheels either, so this isn't one for me today. I just came here looking at the Porsche Centre, and they've been so nice today, so helpful, and it pays off because I bought one.